Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to the Morning Brew. Just want to say thanks for last week and all the views we had, and we're excited for this episode. Like I told you, we got a very special guest here. His name is Mike Petitt. Some of you may know he's my dad. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm not calling you dad in this episode. So it's Mike.
It's all good.
All right.
Like it is.
But before we kind of get into the the meat and potatoes, there's a little segment we're going to start. It's called Brew Talk. So we're going to ask Mike some questions and let him respond from there. Sure, you ready for this?
By the way, I had nothing to do with this, so we're literally just winging this thing. So we're just gonna have fun with it.
All right, Mike. So say you got into public and you had the urge to scratch your butt. Would you do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Because the butt's got to be scratched. Really, this is what this is about. This is gonna be good. I love it. I love it.
All right, second question. Good answer. Good answer. Have you ever laughed so hard that you farted?
Do I have to be honest? Many times.
All right, last question.
Oh my God, this is gonna be out there for the world to see.
Let them get to know about you.
This is great. This is great.
Last question. Who's your favorite son?
My favorite son. Oh my goodness. You all three of y'all are special in your own way.
Sure you don't have a favorite?
I don't.
You are on the Morning Brew.
I know it, and I'm just having to be honest.
Well, we know he's not getting
I don't have a
back,
favorite, but I do love all three of you boys the same, just in different ways, because obviously our personalities are a lot different.
Mama,
as
baby.
you can tell.
Yeah, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Right?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, we know who won't be invited back here anytime soon. So. Anyways, guys, we're going to step in and kind of talk about what we did last week about getting to know these different individuals. We're going to talk about a little bit about Mike and Petitt Heating Cooling here and what he's gotten started. If you don't mind, kind of start out from the beginning and kind of tell your story about Petitt.
Well, Petitt goes back to April of 2010. Basically, the prior folks that I worked for, I was out there 17 years and decided to take a leap of faith and just start Petitt Heating Cooling. And to be honest with you, if I'm just being real, really had no idea what I was getting into. It's much different than what I thought, but it's been worth it. It's been a journey, but it's been worth it.
I love it. I love it. We always hear you talk about a vision here at Petitt. Can you kind of describe what that is to you?
Yeah. For me, vision is simple. It's like I said, I believe that like 90% of Americans have a job. 5 to 8% have a career, but very few people figure out their calling in life. We all have a calling. It's just the sooner we figure it out, the better off we are. And what I mean by that is, I believe once a man figures out his calling, I believe that's what makes a man dangerous, because they will stop at nothing to fulfill that calling. And that calling at Petitt Heating and Cooling is feed the hungry, clothe the naked, and live on the hurting. And I believe God wants to do life change through Petitt Heating and Cooling. So we start right here in-house. If it doesn't work in-house, it doesn't work out there. So feed the hungry, clothe the naked, and live on the hurting. That's my vision, and that's my calling, and that's what gets me out of bed every morning to hit the floor running every single morning.
Strong.
So
That's strong. So obviously Petitt's making a huge impact here in White House. Can you kind of describe some of the stuff that we do in the community, whether it be with the chamber, whatever that looks like?
yeah, obviously we're members of the chamber. We invest in FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And there's obviously reasoning behind that. I can remember back when I was in high school, when I was invited to go to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It was like it was a getaway where we got together for like 3 days, and how life-changing that was for me. So that's why we invest in the FCA, is because what our coaches in the communities, the impact they have on the younger generation is, to me, is very important, because I can go back to, my high school coach. Whether he realized it or not, he had a huge impact on me for the simple fact he made me believe in myself. Things I didn't know were possible, he made me believe that I could do that. So that's why we invest in things within the community like FCA. We're in the chamber. All the high schools and middle schools, we like to donate and give money in that area. And just try to impact the community in a positive way by giving back.
I love it.
Because the community's been great to your daddy. Been here my whole life.
Been great to Mike.
Yeah.
My dad. Do you have a favorite quote that you like?
There's many good quotes out there that I enjoy, but probably one that comes to mind for me is, we don't stop when we're tired, we stop when we're done. And one thing, Logan, you and I will always have in common is you and I got 24 hours in a day. And what we do with those 24 hours are very important. I just choose to not sleep as much and work very hard. And one day when I take my last breath, I get to meet Jesus, I will rest at his feet. So until then, we got work to do. So we don't stop when we're tired, we stop when we're done.
You always talk about good to great. A lot of people said it would be good. Some of us said it would be great. We don't judge the good people because we understand that life's easy, but the great part of it is you sleep a little bit less, but more work's being done.
That's it. The enemy of greatness is just wanting to be good. And when we strive for greatness, it's absolutely life-changing.
Absolutely.
And it all starts right there. I hope when people look at Petitt Heating and Cooling, that the ones that know me the best within the community, the old knucklehead, bonehead Mike Petitt for many, many years, and then when they see Petitt Heating and Cooling flourish and to God be the glory, that they go, there has to be a God, because we knew that guy. And I just believe in callousing the mind and being strong mentally is the thing that separates us from just being average in everyday life. Getting out of that bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and doing those runs and just getting right and getting a lot of wins in before most people get out of bed. It's tough, but on the other side of pain is success. So we just endure the pain.
100%. Is there any advice you could give to the community, White House, just anybody in general that?
Absolutely. And I say this with all sincerity. If Mike Petitt can do this, you can do it. It's all right here. It's a mental thing. Don't let, if you set your mind to it, become cliche. Believe it. I once had a wise man tell me one time, he told me this, he says, one day, somebody will open the Bible up, they'll read it, they'll believe it, and they'll go change the world. I just so happen to start believing it. And when you hear things said like, with man nothing's possible, with God all things are possible, I just believe that. This isn't possible with just Mike Petitt. And when I tell our team, you'll hear me say it all the time, that I just have people around me that make me look really good. I believe that with everything that I am. We just have a very powerful team. We've got a bunch of great people that just make me look really good. Without them, this doesn't work. So I'm just part of it. I'm just a piece of the puzzle, Bubba. I'm just a piece of the puzzle.
I love it.
So.
Well, guys, that's all we got for this morning on the Morning Brew. I hope you enjoyed this little episode and having Mike on, and you got to know a little bit more about Petitt Heating and Cooling. Next week we're going to be doing another one, and we'll have another special guest. But Mike, we appreciate having you.
Hey, before we close out, you had mentioned you said, Dad, well, I don't think we'll do a joke, but you want to do a real quick joke? It's really corny, but it's funny. What did the fish say when he ran into the concrete wall? Damn.
We'll see you guys back here next week. Thank you.